Now we're about 22 minutes in, and this is pretty much the first area where you're going to start seeing some strategy that really is actually important. So this is how far I've cleaned up so far. You know, not a huge area, but good enough. But one thing that you could make note of is that I tried to make sure that all these areas interconnected, which will be important as your dragon harvests. And I'll probably actually move all this over here because we want to give our dragon as much room around the life flowers as possible, because the more they have to fly around, they're slow. So the more they have to fly around when you're not checking on them, the more time you're losing. So anytime you'll have a life flower, you want to have it as much space around it as possible, which for right now will be this area of the map. Later it might become, for instance, this area. It's very big and chunky. So looking at these, I've organized them in groups of 5. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1. So you have an extra one. So if we merge these like little pink life flowers, then we're going to have one extra, right? And we don't want to have that extra. We want to save it. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring it over here, pretend that we're merging, and then just like if you wanted to bubble in camp, you'd say go to world map, making sure not to release your finger. Then you go right back to the event, and ta-da, we have bubbled that. So now we're going to merge these by 5s, get rid of the bubbles, and now over here we have those by 5s, and we have 3 here. Now here comes my decision. Do I want to be really well behaved, and I could have two purple flowers and then bubble these, right? I could bubble these. It's not that hard to do, right? Ta-da! And then I would just do it a couple more times. Or I know that this is going to make 2 purple flowers, and these 3 here could make another purple flower, so that would give us an orange flower. And I'm actually going to do that, just because we only have one guy here and we'll have another one soon enough, right? But I think it's worth it to me, even though it's technically not the optimal move. So now we have our first little life flower, and then it comes the fun part where we can pretty much ignore what our dragon's going to be doing. It's just going to be harvesting. So our goal is just to make a nice big life orb, really to get our next dragon. So we have 1 egg here. We know there's 1 over here. I'm actually going to open that now since we have the orbs here, because we want to get our 2 dragons as soon as possible. So we have 1, 2 eggs, and we can see the other ones up here. Now these would cost 50 to go through, and you know they like to spread around. So I'm actually probably going to clear these 3 up first, just because I'm pretty sure that life orbs go anywhere you don't want them to. So I'm going to open this area and get everything cleared up around this egg that I can. So that includes those wreaths. We're going to go see if we have some. Yeah. And I'm not being careful about merging them. I'm just merging them by 3 because it's not really important to me right now. So it'd be nice if we had one of those. I don't think we do though. So from pretty much now till maybe about 10-20 minutes from now, we're making sure our area is clear. We're just going to let him harvest until we get a nice big orb. That way we can get to that one.